wins. And then it kind of evens out. But, talent catches up eventually.
And overconfident teams sometimes.
Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on, ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Hello, basketball fan. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Klay Thompson is capable of being a prototypical go-to guy. With his role in gold.
He loves playing there, D.A., and they love him. Thank you so much. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Russell.
And, guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. And we'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Green and Cauley Stein are down low. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. And it's McKinney in at the small forward. And for the Mavericks, we've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. And Thompson kicks to Green. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the Rock'em Sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? Kind of took care of it.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's foul number 2 for him. J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. Cauley Stein kicks to Curry. Hits the three-point bomb.
Got to do your best to make Steph put the ball on the floor. I know he can still do that, but catch and shoot is just deadly.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Barea against Curry. Can't connect from 13 feet out. For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against Memphis.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Here's Curry after Luka Doncic's bucket. Chalk up 2 there. Curry's got 5.
Yeah, this is demoralizing, I think, for a defense. You want Steph to score on the interior, but that's too easy.
One thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Klay was trying to break Curry's 3-point record last season. Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis in the early part of his career has had some phenomenal first halves of seasons. In the second half has faded. You really just want to see a complete year from Kristaps Porzingis where he can dominate.
And the Warriors defense last year is still strong, but not as dominant as before.
You wonder if the loss of a lot of that experience is going to cost this revamped roster defensively. It's been fun to watch them shoot threes, but they've been so reliant on that defense. Can they be that good this season?
And the Warriors with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Here's Cauley Stein. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
It's Curry outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Mavericks leading. To the middle. Here's Barea. Here's Porzingis. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Different look here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Cauley Stein. Mirotic comes in for Draymond Green. Robinson's checked in for Alfonso McKinney. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Steph Curry. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Russell. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
But once they could taste that upset, they weren't going to let this one slip away. Ferocious in that overtime period. Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And the basket by Jackson.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here is Russell, following the score by Dallas. Looney passes to Mirotic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, this is what you'd like to see more of. Mirotic showing how effective he can be on the inside as well.
Lee goes in, and the shot is good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Thompson right side. Wide open look. He can't get that one, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Pass to Jackson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Curry finds Powell. Lee with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kleba, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the toughest one. You're going to have some open shots. You're going to have some.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Dallas, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Curry. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Kleba in at the 4 spot. Robinson kicks to Russell. Kleba with the rebound. Dallas leading by 10.
Well, he may have worn out his welcome in L.A., but D'Angelo Russell found a good landing spot in Brooklyn. A team in rebuild, in need of an offensive infusion. They've unleashed his talent.
He dishes it to Thompson. Fades back. And too long on the shot. And so Curry will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Kleba, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Golden State gets called for the foul. And Russell at 6'5", able to play at the point guard or the shooting guard. Greg, when you look at his game, what's his best position?
Probably the one. I mean, we're seeing a trend towards bigger point guards at the same time that 4s and 5s are trending smaller. Everybody wants that switch ability on defense.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Justin Jackson. And Barea subbed in for Seth Curry. Different look here for the Warriors. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Draymond Green comes in for Mirotic. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Robinson. And Curry subbed in for Klay Thompson. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The shot by Curry, no good. Mavericks leading by 14. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
It's stolen by Barea. Fast break, Dallas. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you.
Cauley-Stein, you got to talk mostly about the agility that this young big has, rolling well after the screen.
Early on, Brent, what are some of the intangibles you look for in a team that may be taking the next step?
First of all, is the player who's returning that's shouldering most of the responsibility, is he any better than last season, Kevin? Has there been some growth in his game? Secondarily,
the great ones always grow.
They always do, and they're really sharp usually coming out of summertime, and they're ready to go. Second thing is, has the roster been tinkered with a little bit or tweaked a little bit to enhance what it is that the skill set of the star player is going to provide for their team throughout the next 8 months of the season?
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Russell passes to Cauley-Stein. Back to Russell. Golden State moving the ball around. Green left side. 6 to shoot. And there's the feed to Curry. And the layup's good off the glass. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Doncic. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Russell kicks to Curry. Here's Green. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Cauley-Stein with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Doncic.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Foul, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Ryan Brokoff subbed in for J.J. Barea. Golden State also making some changes. Looney's checked in for Cauley Stein. Mirotic comes in for Green. Robinson is subbed in for D'Angelo Russell.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Murray finds Mirotic. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. There's the triple. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Down low. Got a piece of it. There's the pass to Brokaw. And here is Doncic. Guarded by Robinson. To the paint. Out to Doncic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. That free throw good from Doncic.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Both free throws good from Doncic. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now here's Curry. Thompson outside. And it's off from three-point range. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Their ability to get into the paint and get...
And that'll do it for us.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, McKinney and Green at the 3 and the 4. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 spot.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
Well, last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free agency.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed. Looks like the Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
Well, that's pretty sneaky. Steph gets in there, knows where the ball is going to end up, and then snatches that one away.
Here's Doncic. Green with the block. Second shot opportunity. Doncic, no good. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Green. Thompson passes to McKinney. Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Thompson from the arc. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. That's now 8 points for Klay Thompson. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Justin Jackson comes in for Doncic. And it's Seth Curry in for Ryan Brokaw. Stein against Porzingis. Here's Curry, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Here's Jackson. Plays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Thompson surveying the floor. Over Hardaway. The shot by Thompson, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
It's a great answer. Jackson finds Porzingis and stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. From outside, off the mark. Mavericks leading by 13. Jackson drives in. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Jackson's got 8 points.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Timeout called the Warriors. Curry's checked in for Robinson. And obviously the season's just begun, but never too soon to check out the power rankings. Let's see how these teams are stacking up. We take a look at the Warriors. They're still riding with the middle of the pack, but trending upward.
And when you look at the Mavericks, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
To the inside, Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Curry on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. Curry with a wide open look. And the Warriors miss again.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Lee with the basket on the assist by Barea. Lee's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Russell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Russell's got his first basket.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Doncic with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Thompson for the triple. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because he seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive. Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks lead by 14. And we'll get going. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Warriors trail by 14. We've got Lee, also J.J. Barea out there, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. That one goes in. 16 points for Klay Thompson.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Out to Lee. Pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston.
And looking at the Suns matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
The drive by Russell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And D'Angelo Russell was expected to be targeted this past summer. Ends up as a sign and trade to the Warriors. Was going to leave Brooklyn after the Durant signing no matter what. Should be an interesting fit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Green comes in for Mirotic. And Alfonso McKinney is subbed in for Thompson. And it's in there.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Russell looking it over with the shot. McKinney, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The shot's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
It's stolen by Barea. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Powell, the pass to Barea. Count that one. Barea's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And here is Curry. Stolen. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. 2 points. That one goes. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Inside, Powell with the steal. And it's Lee penetrating, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Timeout called the Warriors. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Drains the three-pointer.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Porzingis can't hit. Warriors trail by 17. Russell inside, guarded by Doncic.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
Passes it to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And the pass to Burks. Looks for Evans, gets it to him. And the dunk by Evans.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Pass to Pascal. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. And here are the Mavericks now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Correa, the pass to Brokaw. Powell kicks to Marjanovic. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow